Well, hello there, my fellow zombies. Welcome to the Zombie Cure Part 2. This is the second video in a series of 5 of the intro series, which will lead on to more series. And that's what this video is going to be about, is telling you kind of what we're going to talk about, the topics we're going to discuss for the entire 101 series, which will consist of about 30 to 35 videos. And then after those, the 101 series, we're just going to continue keeping up with current events. So this, like I said, is the second. The first video, of course, if you want to go back and watch it, it talks about what to expect from this channel and kind of how to handle the channel, okay? This video here is, of course, I'm going to go through the list of the topics in the entire 101 series. The third video, which is the third of the first series of 5, is going to be talking about exactly what the Zombie Cure is. So there's a reason why I'm waiting to tell you exactly what it is. I kind of want to prep you first. Okay. Videos 4 and 5 in the intro series are going to talk about other people's agendas and your own, and what that's all about and how that relates to the Zombie Cure. And the 5th video will talk about being woke, or waking up as a zombie, and being cured of it. That it doesn't mean it's a fake thing or a brainwashing thing or anything like that. It is an actual just term I use, being cured as a zombie, and you'll get it once I tell you what the Zombie Cure is. And then we're going to move on to a 3-part video series, which I call the 101 Basics. This will be video we'll be talking about cores, what cores mean, and you'll figure out what that means when we get there. And we're going to use a very simple thing, shaking hands, as an example of how to use the Zombie Cure. And then we're going to talk about dressing your Sunday best. And then the third video in that, which will be a fun one, is going to question, why do we have lawns? I know none of this makes sense now, but just bear with me here. Okay, so then we're going to do about a 5 or 6 video series called The Career. We're going to talk about your career and how the Zombie Cure relates to that. We're going to talk about job interviews. We're going to talk about your boss. We're going to talk about what you're worth. I'm going to have a video on something called micro inequities. This one's a lot of fun. I encourage you to Google that, and you'll kind of get a hint of, what this is all about. We're going to talk about student loans and education. Those are some of the things we're going to talk about in the career series. Then I'm going to move on to the social media series. I'm going to talk about how to do non-biased searching. This one's going to be interesting. And guys, sorry for my list and me looking up and down. Again, this is my second video. Trying to just get through this first stages of this, and this will get a lot more fun. In that social media series, we're going to talk about social media scams, how to recognize them, how to avoid them. We're going to talk about misinformation. And then I got a fun little video that I'm going to do about commercials, gas station, roundabouts, and math. Then the next series after that is going to be the most fun series. I am dying to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take on the role of the President of the United States. And instead of most presidents just telling you what they're going to do, I'm going to go through several subjects and tell you how I would do it. Now, it's not going to be perfect. It's not 100% thought out or anything like that, but it is going to talk about how I'm using the Zombie Cure to come up with better solutions for things. And in that series, we're going to talk about some controversial. This is where it's going to get fun, okay? We're going to talk about women's rights and equality. We're going to talk about guns in that series. I'm going to have a part 2 on student loans. We're going to talk about taxes and the misunderstanding of them. And then I'm going to do another video on how to handle taxes, how we should do taxes. And then I'm going to do another video on voting. And then I'm going to do another, I think, a 3-part series after that. It's going to be the controversial series. This is the series that I would highly recommend you watch those videos till the end. There is points to them. They will rub you the wrong way. We're going to talk about, in that series, the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to talk about part 2, guns, in that, and how do they protect you, okay? And then I'm going to brush up on something. This is not any type of religious channel. I will not talk about it that much, but there is going to be one little short video on religion versus government. And then we will be heading up by the end of the series on that, and in those I got 2 videos I'm going to do. One's going to be a fun one that talks about the Pareto principle. It's the 80-20 law. This is very interesting stuff, and you'll see how I connect the zombie cure to that as well. And then we're going to talk a little bit about science and history and things like that, and how they pertain to current events, which is what I will lead into after I'm done with the 101 series. So I appreciate you watching, and again, it's just an observation.